Check out the YouTube for my other debates. Right. Perfectly from a vegan diet. You don't need to eat meat.
Okay.
That's the point. Okay. Anyways, who wants to come in next? Let me see. Hey, where'd you go?
I just find it very, like, I love the juxtaposition. Like, you say that prove to me God exists, but you have yet to prove why veganism is right or anybody should follow it.
What do you I've literally just provided reasons as to why you should be vegan. And what does that got to do with the other one? Can you guys please, like, what do you want to debate? Are you here to debate? What are you trying to do?
Can we debate veganism first?
Okay, why aren't you vegan?
Because I want to eat meat.
Do
And
you want to cause harm and suffering of animals when you don't need to?
I didn't say that. I said I want to eat meat and I want to.
By eating meat, you're paying for the harm and suffering and killing and torture of 90 billion living conscious beings a year. So why do you want to do that when you don't need to and you can be perfectly healthy on a vegan diet?
Uh, First of all, I don't think I can be perfectly healthy on a vegan diet.
You absolutely can, sir. You can be healthy on a vegan diet. That is a fact. You can.
Okay, no, I can't. Number one, because I can explain why if you give me a second.
Okay, go ahead, my dear boy.
My ancestors are pastoralists. They're nomad pastoralists. They eat meat. They have always been eating meat for thousands of years, and we don't get the nutrients that we do from plants and grass and all of that.
Focusing. 1 second, my dear boy. You seem to be focusing, so let me help you out. First of all, you can be again, as I said, you can be healthy on a vegan diet. You can absolutely. So that's just simply false. You're spouting falsehoods and you're not listening to what I'm saying. So can someone who actually has a good argument please come on, because you just ignored what I said. You can be healthy. So what is your excuse now? You can be perfectly healthy. These are animals that are dying. These are innocent living conscious beings that are being tortured to death. That is a terrible thing. Also, feel free to subscribe as well. It helps go a long way. It helps keep the live streams going, and it just helps a lot. So feel free to subscribe as well. And you guys need to provide evidence for your beliefs. Hey, where'd you go?
Yo, I'm on your side here. I just want to quickly say something to the chat. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, guys, if you're coming up here to debate him, please listen to what the last person said, because that is 2 in a row that I've sat through, which is the same argument, and both of them ended the same with him just winning. Because the argument is beaten in the first time. Listen, don't bring up the same subject if you know it's already been debated. It makes no sense, and no progress can be made.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There we go. Like, I don't know why I have to bring someone on to tell you something that you should already know, but that is the case. I didn't know the subject. What was the debate? You can see the topics up here. Like, why is this so difficult for you guys to understand? You guys come here claiming that a God exists, a misogynistic, genocidal God, because again, he demands people to be killed. He kills people himself, and he does no respect for women. In fact, again, the Bible also says a woman should not speak in the church. The Quran says you can literally beat a woman. Not only that, it also says that it literally says a woman, her mind is not fully formed, and that she shouldn't, like, she's not as much as a man, which is quite frankly sad because it's false. But anyways, let's carry on. Also, feel free to subscribe. It helps the TikTok channel out. It helps me keep going live. But yeah, you don't believe in God because you don't need it right now. That makes zero sense whatsoever. Hey, what you got? What context? What do you mean context? What context is there to you being able to hit women? There's not. What context am I missing? Hey, what you got?
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
What do you want to debate?
I wanna understand. So let's debate veganism, right? And it's gonna slightly tie into your kind of your ethical outlook, right? So assuming without God, like without a
Sir,
kind
can
of
you get to your point? You're speaking very slowly. And you're speaking.
subjective.
Can you just say your argument quickly? What are you trying to debate here? What do you want to say? Hurry up.
I've already stated that. Do you have hearing issues?
Sir, what did you say? Can you restate it? Because you weren't making sense.
I said I've already said that I'm debating veganism.
Okay, why aren't you vegan, my dear boy?
Well, it's a negative position. I don't know why I should be.
Because you don't cause the harm and suffering of animals when you don't need to. Are you okay with
Yeah,
going?
yeah. So that's irrelevant.
One
That's
second, my
irrelevant.
dear boy. One second, my dear boy. Would you eat and kill people? Would you kill people and eat them? Put them in chambers, kill them and eat them?
No.
So why do you do it to animals? What's the morally relevant difference? Let me finish with my question. Let me finish my question. What's the morally relevant difference between humans and animals that makes it okay to do it to animals but not people?
Yeah, so human exceptionalism, right? If we assume that all humans possess a relatively similar level of consciousness that we cannot prove to be existent within any other species or any other animals,
What do
then
you
I
mean by
think
consciousness? What does that mean? So is it okay to kill and eat unconscious people? What are you trying to say? What is the point?
it's a self projection, right? Whatever consciousness I have, I believe that most humans or all humans would share this
No,
relative
that is
consciousness as
false,
well.
sir.
That is the
There's people
only.
who don't have the same consciousness.
Listen,
As I said,
listen,
what if
listen,
someone's in a
listen,
coma?
listen,
No, but
listen, listen,
one
listen,
second. Let me
listen,
help you out. One second, my
listen.
boy.
You
Again,
you're gonna.
again. What is the morally relevant difference between a human and an animal that's okay to do it to a human but not an animal? That is what I said, but you keep ignoring what I'm saying and literally skipping over it. Can you answer that
I
question?
am answering that. I am answering that. You have
Thank you.
severe comprehension issues. You have severe comprehension issues. All right.
Sir, can you
I
actually
am
answer
answering that.
instead of giving ad hominems? I'm
And
giving
again,
you
I
one
said
more chance and then you're gonna be kicked off.
I don't care. I
But
don't care about your dumb rules, right? I've already.
okay. Hey, what you got?
Hey, dude.
What you want to debate?
I just want to debate that evolution is a fact.
Why don't you believe evolution is a fact?
I don't believe it because evolution just isn't real.
It is real. We
I'll
can
show your
observe
mouth.
it.
I shut up with your. Just wait till I grow up my dreads. Oh na na na.
Smartest believer. Hey, what you got?
Hello.
What you want to debate?
God is imaginary.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
What religion are you?
Christian.
What's your evidence that he exists?
The Bible.
Okay, you can't use the Bible to prove the Bible. It's circular reasoning. You're saying the Bible's true because God exists. God exists because the Bible's true. It's going around in circles. You need an external source of evidence to prove the claims
Okay,
you're
how do
making.
you know how do you know evolution is a fact?
Because we can observe it. We can observe genes changing and animals adapting to that changing environment. Even with bacteria, if you want to see it a lot
Stop
faster.
waffling. Stop waffling.
Sir, did you hear what I said, or are you having trouble focusing? As I just said, I'll
I
repeat it
think
for
I'm
the
having
second
trouble
time.
focusing on what you're
One
saying.
second, my
So
dear
what
boy.
makes okay, can I ask you a question?
One
Can I
second,
ask
my
you a
dear
question?
boy.
No,
One
no,
second,
no,
my dear boy.
no,
Let
no.
me
I'm
finish.
debating the God is
Close your lips so I
imaginary
can
one. Can I ask you
respond
a
to what you're
question?
saying.
Okay, so
As I was saying,
my question is
we can observe evolution happening within animals. We can observe it in
you hear
bacteria as
yourself.
well. So,
My question is, why do you think that God is imaginary?
as I just said, there is zero evidence whatsoever. What part of
Yes, there
zero
is there.
evidence do you not understand?
But there is proof.
Where is the proof? Show me.
The Bible.
Sir, you can't use the Bible as proof just because someone
But I
wrote it
can
in
though.
a book. One second, my dear boy. Just because someone
I'm a
wrote it in
girl.
a book doesn't make it true. If I write the earth is flat in a book, that does not necessarily
Okay,
make
but
it a
you're not a
fact.
higher power though. You're not
Sir,
God.
what are you
So no one's
talking
gonna
about?
believe you.
I'm just checking we're here on planet Earth together because you seem to have
Yeah,
trouble
yeah.
focusing. So let me help you out. Here's the thing. We don't have evidence.
Yes,
Do you
we
believe
do.
in Santa Claus?
Nope.
Why not?
Because it's not real. It's not in the Bible.
How do you know it's not real?
Because it's not in the Bible.
Sir, do recognize the Bible said the earth was made in 6 days? Do you believe that?
Yes, I do.
The earth was made in 6 days.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is God all good?
Yes, he is.
Why does
All
he
the
allow
time.
evil?
Why does he allow evil?
Yeah.
God gave. Let me tell you what I learned in my lesson. God gave everyone free will, and it is their choice to do good or bad, right?
Okay.
So
1 second. Does God have free will?
no. Yes, he does. Wait.
You seem a bit confused.
You got me there. You got me there. You got me there. You
I
got me
did
there.
get you there.
Okay.
Hello,
Hey,
William.
what you want to debate?
Hey man, listen, when you say evolution is a fact, what exactly do you mean by evolution? Because evolution as in the gradual development of something that's a fact, or by evolution do you mean like Darwinian evolution or something like that?
I mean, I'm saying evolution is a fact as in we can observe it in reality and we can test for it and we can actually see physical evidence that evolution occurs and it is a real phenomena that happens in our universe. Do you understand that?
So by evolution, the actual term evolution, not any theory of evolution, just evolution.
Are you paying attention, my dear boy? I just said evolution is a fact in terms of animals changing over time, especially with genomes. Do you understand that point?
Yeah, no, like I'm saying, who would disagree to that? That's what I'm saying.
So why are you here debating? I'm assuming you disagree if you're gonna come up here and try and debate me.
How my days you accepted me?
Hey,
Hello?
what you want to debate?
Hello?
What you
I want
want
to
to
debate about go vegan
Why aren't you vegan?
because you're missing out.
Sir, can we have it? 1 second, my dear boy. 1 second,
Yeah.
my dear boy. Can we have a proper debate? Why aren't you vegan? Give me a proper answer.
Can't lie, right now I'm just eating chicken and your dreads are fucking shit. Your dreads are very dread, like.
He's lost. Genuinely lost. A lost cause. It's okay. I was there one day. One day you'll realize the point. Hey, what you want to debate? Can you guys join and not leave? It gets frustrating when you leave. Provide evidence for what you believe, please. Do you want to come and lose again? As in get refuted again? I'm sorry we had to cut our last one short. What else do you want to debate?
Okay, so I wasn't really hearing you out on your point. So why
Okay,
don't you
let me
think
repeat the point. You said, I
Hold on.
asked you, why is there evil? Does God want there to be evil in the world? Badness? Bad things?
No,
God doesn't want there to be bad things. So why
no,
are
he
there
doesn't.
bad things?
Because
Why
he
do
gave
we
us free
do bad
will.
things?
Because he
We-
gave us free will.
He gave us free will. Again, which you realize I was right. Does God have free will?
The only reason there's bad things is because of the devil that causes it.
Ma'am, I asked if God has free will. Did you hear the question?
Yeah, he does have free will. Yes.
Okay, does God do bad things?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
So why can God make us with free will and not do bad things since he can do that?
Well, because obviously the fallen angel, Lucifer, comes down and he does stuff.
So why would God make the fallen angel, first of all? And first of all, how did the angel get
Okay,
fallen?
okay.
Could
Can I
God make
just
the angel
the
with
full
free
no
will and do
the
good?
angel? Okay, I don't think you listen in your RE classes. The angel was originally like a good person, right? A good angel in heaven, right? But he wanted to go against God because he thought he was above and beyond him, right? So he obviously got kicked out of heaven, and so did the people. And he
But
was trying
why
to turn.
couldn't God?
Can I
One
finish what I'm
second.
saying?
One,
No, no,
one,
no. Can
one
I finish what I'm
second.
saying?
1 second. I just
May
got
I
a
fin-
question for you.
No,
Why
can I just
couldn't
finish
God
what I'm
make
saying
the
before you?
angel
Can I?
good?
Can I
Man,
please?
just answer the question.
Well,
Relax.
can I finish what I'm saying
Relax
first, and
a
then you
second.
can ask the questions,
1
so I can
second.
just make my point? Because
Why
you're
can
making me
God
forget what I have
make
to
the
say.
angel good?
You're making me forget
That's
what I
all
have
the
to say.
question I'm asking. Please
As
answer.
always, okay, let me just let me finish what I
You
was
can
saying,
finish,
and then
but I'm gonna ask you the same question again because you're not answering.
all right. Well, I'm gonna let you know what I'm trying to say now. As I was saying, so he obviously the fallen angel Lucifer. He used to be good, right? And then he thought he was above and beyond. He was one of the best angels in heaven, and he thought he
Ma'am,
was
I know
above
the
and beyond.
story. Can
I'm
you
not
get to
done.
the
Well,
point?
you clearly don't.
Ma'am,
You
here's
clearly
the
don't.
thing.
Since you're asking me why did God create him? So
Here's
let
the
me finish.
thing, ma'am. Let me answer. Just answer my question, because I know the Bible. I know how it works. Yes, Lucifer fell from heaven. Yes, I know. Trust me, I was Christian. I'm well aware of it. So answer this question: why couldn't God make Lucifer with free will and only do good things? Since God can do it Himself, so you
Gave
acknowledge.
everyone free will.
Okay, but does God have free will?
Yes.
Does He do bad things?
No.
So you acknowledge that a being that can have free will and doesn't do bad things. So why didn't God make us with free will and not do bad things?
Because that doesn't make sense. You can't have free will and
You
then.
just said God has free will and He
Okay,
doesn't do
because
bad
God is
things.
a
You
higher
just
power.
Finish. Shut up.
okay then. You just contradicted yourself. There's nothing else to say. You just contradicted yourself. Like there's nothing else to say, to be honest. What do you want to debate?
Yeah,
Not very
you
godly.
know, God did give free will, like to the like if you're going to the Bible, right? You talk like In the Genesis, right? The serpent had free will,
Yes. My point is,
right?
why did God make the serpent capable of doing bad things or turning against him?
Was it God that made him do bad things,
I
or
mean,
do
God
you
makes
think?
anything. God makes everything. Are you saying something created God? Are you saying God didn't make everything? That would go against Scripture, sir. You need to go and read your Bible.
No, what I'm saying is, we have that ability to reason, right?
On,
And bargain.
say it, sir.
Yeah,
Hurry up.
yeah.
We have the
So
ability to
because
read.
God
Yes.
knows to reason and bargain, God knows that. So God will give you commandments because of that ability.
Sir, here's the point. Does God want bad things to happen? Does God want us to do bad things? Yes or no?
Right away, I would say no.
Okay. Why do bad things happen then if God doesn't want it to happen? Is he not powerful enough to stop it? Is he weak?
He's not weak, but he doesn't use enforcement.
Oh, so why do bad things happen? Can you answer that question? I'm still waiting for you to answer, my dear boy.
Bad things happens because we are looking at ourselves and
What?
not everything as a team. Like we're not looking at things as like when you get a job, it's teamwork, right? So
Sir,
bad things
you
happen.
seem a bit confused. Let me help you out. You seem a bit confused. Can you stay on track, my dear boy? I just asked you why do we do bad things? Why do bad things happen? Why do we do evil things if God exists and wants that to be good? Can you answer that question, my dear boy? Hello?
We do bad things because of the lack of abundance.
Lack of abundance of what? What are you trying to say? I'm confused. You're not
Like
making sense. You seem like
I'm
you've never
say, no, we all have like the same needs, and
you are not answering my question. Like it seems like you're a little slow, so I don't know what else to tell you. Hey, would you go?
Hello.
Hey, would you go?
Pardon?
Would you want to debate?
I want to debate God is imaginary.
How old are you?
I'm 18. I have a baby voice. I know.
Okay, all right. Do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Where's your evidence?
Well, I straight off the bat, you said belief. Belief doesn't have to have evidence.
I
Plus, I
mean,
believe that
I know belief doesn't have to have evidence, but if there's no evidence, then there's no solid basis for that belief. Because that you could say that I believe in the world being flat. I believe in fairy tales. We
I
need
be,
evidence is a good case to come to beliefs. So
I, be,
where's the evidence?
I believe in God because of the amount of references in the Bible that have come true.
What references are you referring to, sir? Could you say them?
Alright, let me think of one because
I
I'm kind of
let's
scatter-minded
say the
right now.
Bible says in the future, I don't know, there will be cats. Well, cats will exist. That doesn't necessarily prove a God just because it makes a vague prediction that somehow came true. That's not necessarily proof. So, do you have any evidence, or do you need me to repeat myself?
Like some seas turning red, for example,
What
turning
seeds do
like
you see
blood
turning
red,
red?
or the moon rusting, that kind of
Where on
thing.
earth do you see the moon rusting? Do you have any evidence of that? I don't think that's the
Scientists,
case. I don't think
you can
scientists.
search up scientists
I
to
don't
tell
think
you.
scientists have said the moon rusts. You're not paying
Well, not, it's
attention.
not really rusting, but it looks like rusting, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean. That's exactly the point. That doesn't make any sense. You still haven't provided any evidence of a God existing. Okay, just because a book makes a vague claim that may be true, which you haven't proven, regardless, that's not evidence of a deity existing. So can you provide that evidence? Because I'm still waiting.
Right, I'm trying to think of it properly so that I don't make any proper mistakes because I'm a bit scatter-minded right now.
Anyways, let me give you a proposition as to one reason why I think God would be imaginary. Does God want bad things to happen?
No,
Does God want us to do bad things?
no,
So why do bad things happen? Why do we do bad things?
because he gave us free will.
Ah, because he gave us free will.
Yeah, he partially limited his power upon us so that we can have free will
Hold on one
to do
second.
what
Does
we
God?
want.
Hold on one second. Does God have free will?
Yes,
Does God always do good?
yes,
So
but
God could have
I'll
made us
see where
with
you're
free
going with
will
this.
and always doing good. Why didn't he do that then?
Do what?
make us with free will and always do good things? Do you understand that?
Because he wanted us to live how we want.
Are you paying attention, my dear boy? Can God live how he wants?
Yes.
And does God always do good?
Yes.
So why can God make us live how we want and always do good?
Because he loves us.
Okay, you're clearly lost. This is unfortunate. Like, my dear boy, are you paying attention to the words that are coming out of my mouth? Because you seem to have trouble focusing. Like, you literally are contradicting yourself. Why couldn't he make us all good with free will, doing what we want? Is he not powerful enough? Are you saying he's weak? What is your...
No, I'm
Oh,
saying that he gave us the ability to do what we want. Regardless of if it's good or bad, he let us do what we
why would
want.
he have us, if he doesn't want us to do bad things, why would he make us capable of doing bad things and then
He
send us to
didn't.
hell for it? It seems like he wants to hurt us. Are you
He didn't. He
you're
didn't
not
give.
focusing, my dear boy.
He didn't give us the ability to do bad. That was from when Adam and Eve ate from the tree.
Why would they capable of going
They
against God?
had the knowledge of good and bad from
One
that
second, my
tree.
dear boy. One second, my dear boy. Is going against God doing bad things is a bad thing.
Yeah.
So
Well,
why were they capable of going against God and doing a bad thing?
because Adam and Eve ate from the tree, and we related to Adam and Eve. The
First of all,
tree of the knowledge of good and bad.
one second, my dear boy. That leads into another point. First of all, why are we getting punished for something other people did? Do you believe in punishing? If your father did something wrong, do you think you should be punished?
Well, we also did things wrong. It's not just our descend. It's not just our ancestors. We did stuff wrong
That
too.
way. Did he not make us that way with an evil nature and then punishing us for the
He
way he made us? How was
he
that
didn't make he didn't make us
Thank
with
you for the
evil
gifts as
nature.
well. Also, feel free to 1 second. Also, feel free to subscribe. It helps go a long way. I'm gonna pin it right now. Feel free to subscribe. It helps the streams keep going, and it really helps me keep going live. Second of all, let me help you out because you seem to have trouble focusing and intellectually with this debate. So let me help you out. Let me give you another instance. Did God flood the world and kill everyone in the world apart from Noah?
Yes.
Were there babies alive at that time?
Yes. Noah's
So
children.
saying God killed the babies, what did the babies do wrong that they deserved to be
No,
flooded?
Noah's children were alive.
Pardon?
If Noah had children, they were alive too.
I'm talking about the rest of the world. You do
Yeah.
realize he killed the rest of the world?
Yeah, they died. Yeah, they
So
died.
God killed the babies when they did nothing wrong.
Well, yeah, but he had what he was
Okay.
trying to do. What he was trying.
I don't know how a baby can sin, but you recognize that he flooded the world with babies in it.
Oh,
So he killed them without them sinning. Is that
he
okay?
was trying to cleanse everything. He left Noah and his family because he was righteous. The rest of the world was rebelling against God. They were doing evil. So he flooded all of them. Regardless of the babies, he was trying to, redeem humanity, I guess.
Wow. So can you tell me what type of sin a baby does? You know the babies that you can hold that
It's
cry.
not the sin that the babies did. It's the sin that anyone above that did.
But why the
Like,
babies were flooded with everyone else? They were effectively punished too. So
because
what
they
did the
would be born
babies
with
do?
sin. They would
Pardon?
have sin as well. When they
The
grow up,
babies
they would
have
have sin
sin.
as well.
They were born with sin. The babies were born with sin. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but they can't sin until they're older because they don't have any
Well, they didn't sin at all. So why are they being flooded? Are you
Because
paying
when they
attention, my dear boy? You seem to have trouble focusing. They
when
didn't do anything wrong. So why were
yeah,
they killed in the flood?
because when they grow up, they would still have sin. They would still be
You don't know
sinful.
that. They didn't sin yet. Yeah, sir.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry,
he's
but
born into a bloodline of sin.
so you're born, and that is
You're born
ridiculous, sir.
into sin.
That is very unfortunate that you agree with that. So I'm gonna just let you go down. You seem to have trouble in this debate. So can someone who actually has a proper point please come up and explain it? Like, these religions are just not good. They have no evidence, and it's quite terrible that they allow those things. Hey, would you go? Feel free to go check out the YouTube and check out all my other debates as well. And appreciate the subscriptions as well. Hey, would you go?
Yeah, not a girl.
Hello.
Hello.
Would you want to debate?
Anything that you want to ask.
Okay. That's not how this works. You tend to come with a sort of debate that you have in mind, and we kind of debate it. That's how this works. Hey, would you want to debate?
Right, so your first point here says God is imaginary. What
Correct.
evidence do you have for that?
Do you believe in God?
Yeah, I do. I'll put my
What
camera
religion are you? What religion are you?
on. I was Muslim, but then I became Christian, if that makes sense.
Okay, so there's many contradictions within the Christian God, not just in the Bible, but even within the nature of God himself,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I find quite ludicrous and which makes why I find it asinine that you believe a God exists, and why I think it's irrational, which would prone evidence that such a being cannot exist, because a contradictory being can quite definitionally not exist. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit into the universe's mold. So essentially, let me give you an example.
Yeah, go on.
Did bad things happen?
Yeah, of course.
Does God? Do we do bad things? Do we do bad acts?
Yeah, we're all born sinners.
Okay. Is God all good?
No, I don't think he is actually.
So you think he's a bit evil?
I don't think he's evil, but I think he puts challenges in people's life so people can progress more.
Is he evil or not? It's not a complicated question. Is he?
No,
always
God
good?
isn't evil, but he doesn't do all good.
So that's a contradiction. Either he can be all good or he's not all good. Is he all good or not all good?
No, because if you look at it as a spectrum, you can have.
Sir, it's not a spectrum. Does he do right things all the time? If he does one wrong thing, that still means he's not all good and he's evil.
Yeah, but I don't think God does the right thing all the time. Then.
Okay, so you think God is evil?
No, I don't.
Sir, it's not complicated to understand. Are you paying attention, my dear boy?
Yeah. I'm paying full attention right now.
Okay, he cannot be all good and not all good at the same time. So is he all good, always doing right, or is he not all good, doing wrong?
Nah, he does wrong sometimes.
Okay, so God does bad things, so he's not perfect, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, that directly contradicts the Bible. The Bible literally says God is perfect.
Yeah,
Like, it literally says that. So you don't. First of all, I'm gonna need you to go and read your own scripture because
I've read the Bible.
it's quoting the Bible, which is quite unfortunate, and you seem incapable of intellectually having a debate. Hey, what do you want to debate?
Right. So you're like saying God is imaginary, right?
If you can read, that's what it says.
All right, yeah. But like you're going against everyone else's like opinions and stuff, and are you expecting everyone else to like respect your opinion if you're going against everyone else's and disrespecting their own? Because I don't know.
Ma'am, listen here. What you're saying is the same argument they used to justify slavery. The first person who wanted to abolish slavery, I'm sure everyone was saying what you're saying. No, we love slavery. Go away with your opinion. We don't want to stop slavery. Go away. You're so annoying. Stop preaching to me. You want to stop slavery. Let me own my slaves and leave me alone, please. But no, we realize that that's an immoral thing to do. The same way, if you have no evidence, I'm going to come and ask you for evidence. Maybe you can confirm me. Just give me the evidence and I will believe. That's all I'm here to ask for. I want to believe. Provide me the evidence. That's all I'm asking for. And you haven't provided it. You're saying, for people in the chat, hold on one second, young lady, saying I'm comparing religion to slavery. The Christianity, it literally justifies slavery. It literally says you can own slaves. You can beat them as long as they don't die. It literally justifies slavery. It also has a lot of misogyny as well, saying bad things about women, that you can treat women anyhow. The Quran too. The Quran says a woman's mind is not formed, so she's lesser than a man, which is quite frankly disgusting. Women are highly intelligent, highly independent, amazing people. Women are perfect. They are beautiful. So to disrespect them in that manner, I find quite frankly unsavory. So anyways, ma'am, what do you want to debate?
Alright, so do you like... Okay, so you're saying evolution is a fact, which... It's not always a fact, is it? If someone has a different belief to you, then it's not a fact for them. It's an opinion to you. So do you, like, believe in the Big Bang?
Okay, first of all, you mentioned evolution is not a fact. First of all, we can observe it physically. So if we can observe it physically, how on earth would it not be a fact? If we can observe it with our own eyes, how is it not a fact? With bacteria, we can physically test for it. And then you brought up the Big Bang. I don't know what your point was with that, but
No, I'm just asking you, do you believe in the Big Bang? Because if you do, like... Okay, I'm not like a full Christian, so I'm not really going against your opinions right now, and I'm not really going against anyone
Wait,
else's.
ma'am, how old are you? One second, how old are you?
Does that matter?
Yeah, it does. Okay, I don't even think you're old enough. It didn't seem like you're going to provide any solid points anyway, so I'll just carry on. Now, you guys have no evidence. This is quite frankly sad. No evidence, and you should be vegan. Hey, what do you want to debate?
God is imaginary.
Okay, do you believe in God?
I feel like it's different for everyone. Everyone has their own, view of faith.
That was the most verbose, long answer you could have given to my question. My question was, do you believe in God? It's a yes or no answer, man.
Yes.
Okay, what religion are you?
I don't practice a religion. I have faith in God of my own
Can
personal
you
belief.
define God? Because that's another issue I have. We don't even have a straight definition of God. So can you provide a definition for us?
I think it's different for everyone. So for me, it would be,
That's the issue.
well, yeah.
Oh, you didn't provide a definition. What's your definition of God? I missed it.
I find God in nature.
Ma'am, I'm confused. Can you provide a definition of God? You're moving around the place. What is your definition of God? What is God to you?
Bro, you getting mad as hell. For what? Relax.
Ma'am, young lady, can you answer the question? Are you paying attention? Or do I need to repeat it for the third time again? Do you believe in God, and what God do you believe in? It's not complicated. And she just left. Like, you guys have no evidence for your religions. It's quite frankly sad. And it's unfortunate that you come here and spout falsehoods without providing evidence.
Yo,
What do you want to debate?
I want to God is imaginary and go vegan.
Okay, we'll start with God is imaginary. Do you believe in God?
Yes,
What religion are you?
Christian.
Okay, you're Christian. Where's your evidence of the Christian God?
Can I give me 1 minute to explain it? Not even a minute. Ready? I can give you an example.
Just try and make it quick, but
Sure.
I'll let you provide your evidence.
Sure. Okay. So humans, we made AI, right?
Okay.
Can you go to the dimension of AI? Can you go into a video game? Just follow me. Just follow me.
What do you mean by going to a video game? That
Can
doesn't
you
make
I know. Just follow me. So in a scenario, could you go into a motherboard, into a computer, right?
No.
No,
I mean,
you couldn't, right?
no. Yeah.
So we can't. So the same way AI can't see us physically, we can't see God physically because God is too great. God is in a different dimension.
Okay, can we test that this dimension exists? Where's the evidence that this dimension is even a thing? Do you have any evidence of that? Or are you just making it up?
No. So if AI were to become so smart, they start asking each other the same questions, how would they be able to see us? They couldn't.
Okay, sir, I'm asking you for your evidence of God.
That
You're claiming
is my
we
evidence.
exist. If the AI was claiming we exist, it needs to provide evidence we exist. If it has no evidence, then there's no reason to believe it. So where is your evidence that God exists, that we can test for him? That's what I'm asking for.
So we'll end it on this and go to the go vegan part is, so if the two AIs were arguing and they said, well, like you saying to me, oh, you can't show me, it doesn't exist, and I'm over here like, damn, I exist. They just can't see me.
Well, show yourself then. I'm assuming you show yourself. If you don't, then there's no reason to. If I claim that Santa Claus exists and you can't see Santa Claus, then guess what? There's no reason to believe Santa Claus exists. Are you paying attention? Do you understand, my dear boy? Are you catching on to the words that are coming out of my mouth? Or do I need to explain it again?
So how we would show AI we exist is we would send a program, like how Jesus was sent to us. Jesus was a program sent from God to say, hey.
Sure. First of all, even if we grant you Jesus was a man that existed, do you have any evidence he was God or had any supernatural powers and rose from the dead, which would help provide evidence of your God existing? Can you show me evidence of that?
I can. So if we made a Jesus-like scenario for AI, we can give him different types of powers than we did.
Bringing this parallel to AI, it doesn't really work. You need to provide evidence. You're not providing evidence. So I'm going to ask you one more time.
I can't provide the evidence, but let's go vegan real quick. I can't provide the evidence, but just think of that one. That's an interesting. Just think on that one.
Okay,
So go.
I appreciate you giving me that thought process. I'll think about it more. Maybe I'll try and think of a refutation. But you want to move to the vegan part. So why aren't you vegan?
Go vegan. Go vegan. Ready? Okay. Why should we go vegan?
Because you don't cause harm and suffering to animals.
Okay, so would you agree that a plant is a life form?
Yes. Yep.
So why is it okay to eat a plant versus a pig?
First of all, we have to eat something. Second of all, plants don't feel pain. They're not sentient. They're not living beings. We're gonna have to eat something at the end of the day. Third of all, we don't have to eat pigs. We don't. They're very intelligent animals. We don't need to eat them. Yet you still choose to eat them irrationally. So what's your justification for hurting them?
I'll tell you right now. So plants mate, correct, with each other. Plants also have babies.
They can.
Plants also grow. Plants. So just because we can't hear and understand plants doesn't mean they're not talking and sentient. Just because we don't have that form of
They're not
communication.
sentient. They don't have a brain nor a nervous system. So that is a fact that they are not sentient. Pigs, however, can feel like you, feel pain like you, have emotions like you, can breathe like you, think like you. They're sentient beings. And if you're not okay with the torture and harm and suffering of animals, then you should not be hurting animals whatsoever, or that includes pigs. So what's your justification
Just
of that?
because plants don't have brains that we recognize doesn't mean that they're not sentient. Just because we don't understand that. So if we went to a different planet and
Sure,
found
you know the
plants,
definition of sentient? 1 second, my dear boy.
yes, I do.
You know
Yes,
the
it means
definition of
to like
sentient?
feel, to love, to have pain, to this, that, to be.
Okay, do plants have a nervous system?
Not that we know of. Just because we
So
can't
then
see
how
it,
can
and
they feel pain, sir?
maybe they do. Maybe we just haven't
So
seen it
you're
yet.
saying maybe, but again, you have no evidence that they do feel pain. I'm providing evidence they don't, in the fact that there's a lack of a nervous system which is necessary to feel pain.
They
And you're
feel
just
pain
spouting nonsense without providing any evidence for it.
when you
So
cut a
I'm
leaf.
asking you, where is your evidence?
When you cut a leaf, the other half turns brown, right? So it does something, right? They also
So
mate. They
you
have
seem to have
babies.
trouble focusing. 1 second, my dear boy. You seem to have trouble focusing. What part of that means that they are conscious and they can feel pain?
Just because it's a different life form, so we don't fully understand that life form.
So we do understand it, and we know they're not sentient like pigs and can feel pain. Would you be fine with me torturing and killing and eating human beings?
But you would be closed-minded to just think you know, like that plant. If you knew everything about plants, now you're gonna. But yeah, I know.
I
Yeah,
need you guys. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I genuinely do not know what else to tell you. I've literally just refuted your argument, and you're still here saying more stuff to me. This is quite frankly sad. Hey, would you go?
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What do you want to debate?
All right, God is imaginary.
Okay, do you believe in God?
Of course.
What's your religion?
Christian.
Where's your evidence that a Christian God exists?
Okay, so God isn't just a Christian God. God is many forms, because a lot of people in a lot of religions believe in God.
Well, 1 second, my dear boy. There's an issue with that because there's contradictions between religions, so they cannot all be correct. They contradict. Some believe in multiple gods, some believe in one, some believe in God in three persons. There's too many differences, so they can't all be correct. Do you understand that?
Yes, if you want to look at, when you say Christian God, Jesus is the form of God. But if you want to look at Islam, for example, they believe in Allah, which literally translates to God. So you can't really put it on two levels.
What about 1 second, my dear boy? What about Hinduism?
That's why now
So that's not the case that you can translate them all as the same. But regardless, we're going off topic. So where's your evidence that God exists?
my evidence, it's a personal story. Everybody has a personal story.
Sir,
So
a
it's
personal
like,
story is not good evidence. That's
no, it
literally
is though,
just an
because
anecdote.
you can't contradict what someone believes, because now
Sir,
that's your
you need to
opinion.
provide evidence that that was a supernatural
Okay,
being,
if
which
you
you're
want
claiming
evidence,
it was.
if you want evidence, me and you talking right now, that's literally that's the evidence God exists. You waking up every morning, breathing, literally is the evidence God exists.
No, that's just evidence that I have a
No.
diaphragm and I have lungs and I have a brain.
Where did your
So that's
diaphragm?
what
Do you know
it's
where? Okay, do you know where your diaphragm came from? If within evolution, then.
for. Assuming when I was in my mother's womb, I kind of, was,
Okay, how did you become into your mother's womb?
two parents tend to,
Okay.
come together and,
Okay.
gametes
And
fuse,
then,
zygote forms, and
so
that grows into a baby.
So do you think them two, with their own willpower, created you, or was it through a higher power?
I'm pretty sure them biologically, that's how babies are made. Do you need a biology lesson? Like, do you hear what I'm saying? They
Okay, then
literally come
where
together and make
where
the
did
child. No higher power involved.
Where did biology stem from then?
Sir, what do you mean? Where did biology stem from?
No,
Biology is just
where
a
did it come from?
descriptor of biological processes to do with life. What do you mean? Where did biology come
Okay,
from?
because you're talking about evolution as a fact, right? So all this is through evolution. So then, where did we come from? That's the fact. That's what I'm asking you. Where did you come from?
I came from my parents.
Okay, facts. You did. So then now I'm saying, where did your parents come from?
Again, we can go back the evolutionary tree to abiogenesis when the first life forms were created, or the first life forms came from non-life.
So what were the non-life forms?
Theory. But even in the case where I don't know, you still don't have evidence that God exists.
Oh no, I can give you. I've just given you my evidence. God exists.
Where's
you
the
talking here right now?
One shred of evidence.
The world being created, the plants, the trees.
Where's the evidence of that? How do you know God make? Do you have video footage of God making the universe, of Him putting trees together?
Do we have video evidence of the world banging together with two rocks and then becoming what it is? Do we have video evidence?
We do have evidence. We can observe redshift. If you look through a telescope, you can see them moving away, the galaxies, and that means that they should have been together at one point. We don't know that made the Earth. I'm not even claiming I know what made the universe. We could have always been here.
No, because we don't have proof of back in whenever it was made, two rocks collided. We don't have proof of that.
Sir, are you paying attention?
We
It
don't.
seems like you're a bit focused and you're a bit lost. So listen
You
up,
say that to everybody, but we're all
second,
focused.
my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy. I'll repeat it again 3 times, so make sure you're listening carefully. We can observe galaxies and planets moving away. They release red light because red light, in terms of the light ranges, is more longer wavelengths because the light is being stretched out, meaning they're moving away. Blue light is what happens when it's coming towards us. So if we're observing red light, that means that they're moving away at some point in time before. They must have been closer together. Hence the Big Bang. Everything was condensed into a small ball, and then it released and exploded, and then we can see it moving away. That's the whole point. I'm not saying it made the universe. I don't know. But is there some part of that you're not understanding, or do I need to?
And then I can literally say my theory about how in Genesis God created the earth, the world, He created everything. And
Sir,
wait. I'm answering.
One second, you're already making a mistake. One second, my dear boy. Just because someone, you're already making a mistake. Just
there's no mistakes though. I
saying.
heard you out. Are you gonna hear me out? I heard you out. Are you gonna hear me?
1 second. Just because someone wrote it in a book doesn't make it true. If I write the Earth is flat in a book and thousands of years I leave it, that doesn't make it any more true. Is there some part of that
you're dodging my representation of what I'm trying to explain to you. You're just adding things on.
Go ahead and explain.
Okay, cool. So I'm telling you that what you said is what you believe, and I can say what I believe. Therefore, it means that
physical evidence, sir.
And mine has physical evidence as well.
Where is your evidence that
the
God
earth right here, right now? If you read through the Bible, literally.
My dear boy, I've read the Bible. Did you hear what I said? You're not paying attention.
Okay.
Just because someone wrote it in a book doesn't make it true. That's circular reasoning. If I say the Bible's true, we have it. No, you can't use the Bible to prove the Bible. You need an external source of evidence that proves the claims that you are making. So if you're going to make those claims, I need you to provide evidence. And he left. Zero evidence whatsoever. You're going to give me long, verbose explanations with zero evidence and expect me to believe you. I'll believe you when you provide evidence. But if you have no evidence, I'm not going to believe you. It's not complicated. It's pretty easy to understand. But you guys need to actually provide tangible evidence. Hey, would you go?
Yo, can you...
What do you want to debate, sir? I can hear you.
Debate, but everyone's going on about Jesus and the Bible and shit. Well, there's one thing with the Bible and all the faiths that if you can debunk one major pillar of religion, you've got to question the whole lot. And your belief with evolution, it is right. We did evolve, and evolution is God. Now, if you think of the Ten Commandments, which is a huge pillar in the Bible and all religious beliefs in all of them, the Ten Commandments. If you go and read the Egyptian Book of the Dead, which is a book that is forbidden by religion for you to not read, because it's forbidden for you to read the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Now, those 10 commandments were written in the Egyptian Book of the Dead 1,000 years before Moses was ever even born. So you can throw away all the shit that's in the Bible, because it's not.
Sir. I don't know what you're trying to say. It doesn't seem like you've got a point to debate. Does someone who actually has a point to debate come up here, please? This person has a cross in their name. I really hope they provide good evidence. Hey, would you want to debate? Sir, can you guys stop leaving as well? Like, it's quite annoying if you leave when I'm trying to debate you. Because you have no evidence. You don't need to get upset because you have no evidence and you got busted in a lie. Hey, would you want to debate?
Hey, what you doing?
Would you want to debate, young lady?
It's not debating. I want to convince you. I don't want to debate with you. I want to convince with you.
Okay, ma'am. What do you want to convince me about? What are we discussing here?
Okay, name this. I know you're talking about, you saying God's imaginary. No, he's not. He's invisible, but he's not imaginary.
Okay, so where is your evidence that he exists if he's invisible? I can't see him. I can't test for him. Where is your evidence he actually exists?
Do you know that the Big Bang Theory actually proved that God is real?
Man,
it actually support his.
One second, man.
Listen, I'm trying to give you evidence.
Relax 1 second. Shh. I think your memory is a bit errant. I didn't ask you about the Big Bang, so I don't know why you're bringing it
I'm
up.
giving you the evidence. You know about the Big Bang yourself.
Don't
I ain't
even-
got to tell you about the Big Bang because you know about it, right?
Ma'am, please close your lips so I can respond to what you're saying. And when you want to speak, I'll be quiet so I can hear what you're saying because we can both be speaking. As I stated, I'll restate for the second time yet again, where's your evidence that God exists?
The Big Bang Theory is my evidence that God is real. Because the Big Bang Theory supports that God is real. It actually proves what he said in Genesis is real. Because the Big Bang Theory is deeply connected to how God was created in the beginning. It ties with the Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory is the evidence that God is real.
Ma'am, one second, ma'am. I don't know how the Big Bang Theory proves God. Can you please prove it, please, ma'am? You're just saying Big Bang.
Have you ever read Genesis for yourself? Have you ever read the book of
I've
Genesis?
read Genesis many times, and nowhere does it say evidence, which you
You
haven't
have to
provided.
read between the lines, because
What do you mean read between the lines, ma'am? That doesn't make sense. What do you mean read between the lines?
okay, God created in a period of 6 days. Listen, God created in a period of 6 days. That's in Genesis. He created in a period of 6 days.
Evidence of that. You have video footage of God putting together the world and putting. Can you show me the evidence? That's someone making a claim. That's not evidence, ma'am. You can't refer to your
Listen,
book.
yes, it is evidence. You just wanted to sound a specific way.
One second, my dear lady. That is not providing evidence, okay? Just
Yes, it is. You wanted to sign a particular way, and I'm giving you the evidence.
What?
You wanted to come in a particular way and form as the way you wanted to.
Ma'am, if someone writes something,
I am giving you.
Ma'am, let me speak. Ma'am, shh. If I say the earth is flat and write it in a book, thousands of years old, does that make it true because I wrote it in a book?
The earth is flat.
What?
The earth is flat.
Okay.
It is.
My head's hurting. My head is actually hurting. My head is actually hurting. I mean, that adds up. That adds up. I mean, I'm not surprised. Hey, what you want to debate?
Oh, you there?
What do you want to debate, sir?
You're asking if God is imaginary.
I'm stating God is imaginary. Do you have any evidence to the contrary?
I'm gonna ask you a question. Does dark exist?
What do you mean dark? I don't think dark. I think it's just an absence of light. I don't think dark exists.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. How about evil? Does evil exist?
I mean, I believe it's subjective. I don't believe evil as an objective entity exists. I think it's just an emotional reaction to something that we don't like. We classify as evil.
So there's nothing you can classify yourself as evil.
I mean, subjectively, yes, but not objectively.
Not objectively.
Okay, you know what? Since
Okay.
you're trying to do a gotcha, so let me ask you a question. Do you think bad exists, evil exists?
Yes, I do.
Do you think we do evil? People do evil?
Yes, I do.
Do you think God wants us to do evil and God wants evil to exist?
No, I don't.
Okay, is God all good? Wait, 1 second. Why does evil exist then? God doesn't want it.
For the lack of God. For the
What do you
lack
mean
of
the lack
faith.
of God. The lack of what?
Well, God represents goodness. Okay?
No, sir.
Evil
No, sir.
evil represents
Why does
badness.
evil exist?
So
Why do we
with
do evil things? That's what I asked you. I didn't ask what God represents. I asked why do we do evil things? Are you paying attention, my dear boy?
yes, my dear man, I certainly am, and I'm
Okay,
here
so
to tell
can
you
answer why do we do evil things? If God doesn't want us to do evil.
because we don't have God in our life.
Sir, did you hear what I said? Does God exist? Yes or no?
Yes, he does.
Okay, so you think God exists. So if God doesn't
I
want us to
know
have
God exists. I don't have to think about it.
Sir, did you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Can you listen, my dear boy? You seem to have
Of
trouble
course, I hear you.
Okay, as I just said, does God want there to be evil? Why does he let there be evil if he doesn't want it?
Let there.
Yes, you're saying he exists. Is he not powerful?
Choice.
To stop evil? What?
Choice.
What do you mean by choice?
Just like you have free will. You have free will.
Oh,
I have free
that's-
will.
That's it. Okay, so free will is your answer. Okay, does God have free will?
He doesn't need free will. He is what he is.
Sir, I asked you, does God have, what is free will? Define free will.
The options to do wrong. The
Okay.
options to do right.
Does God have the options to do wrong or right?
He doesn't represent wrong. He
Sir,
represents
can you answer
right.
a single question instead of doing these semantics? You seem to have trouble focusing. So pay attention, my
No,
dear.
you have trouble asking
One
a
second, my dear
pertinent
boy.
question.
One second, my dear boy. As I just stated, does God do good or not?
Of course he does. Well, I'm
Can
not
God do
following
bad?
the.
Can God do bad?
Does he have a wrath? Yes, he does, and people are going to find
Oh,
that
so you're
out.
saying God is bad. So you're basically saying God is evil. That
No,
directly.
no, that's not what I said. That's what you said.
You said he has
I
a
said he
wrath.
has a wrath.
What does that mean?
That means punishment.
Okay, so does God do bad things?
No.
Can God do bad things?
As far as wrath, of course he can.
So God can do bad things?
Bad things to whom? Well, see, you're not
paying attention. So
He
it's
that believeth in
complicated.
me.
I don't know why it's so difficult for you to pay attention. So please pay attention. I don't need your verbose, uncogent answers. I need you to think, because it seems like your memory is a little errant. Thank you for the gifts. I'm just checking to confirm we're on planet Earth together and that we can both rationally use our brains and think. As I just said, I'll state it for the third time and then I'll repeat it for your benefit. As I just said, I'll restart. Does God want us to do bad things?
No.
Okay, do we do bad things?
Yes.
Why doesn't God stop us from doing bad things?
Because he gave us free will to make the choice.
Does God have free will?
Does God have? Of course.
Okay.
Well,
does God do bad things?
No.
So why couldn't God make us with free will and not do bad things? If he doesn't?
Because then we wouldn't have choice.
So you just said that we have choice. And you just said God has choice and he doesn't do bad things. So why can he make
You're
us?
trying to turn this into an argument based on little knowledge. Very small knowledge.
Sir, it's a simple answer. It's not complicated. Why didn't he make us that way? It's not hard to understand if he could have. Are you paying attention, my boy?
What would be the reason for God to help us? You just ask yourself that question. What would be the reason for God to help us if we chose not to follow him?
Sir, again, is not following God a bad thing?
Well, it will be for you.
Okay, not following God is a bad thing, so why are we capable of not following God? If it's a bad thing and God does not want bad
because we have, I'll say it again because you're having trouble understanding, free will.
Does
God gave us all free will.
Okay. Does God have free will?
Of course. What?
Okay, does God do bad things?
No.
So God could have made us with free will and not do bad things. Is he powerful enough to do that?
Of course.
So why didn't he do it? If he doesn't want
I don't know. Why would you have a plant sitting in your house?
Direct contradiction right there. It's right there. Why didn't he make us that way? You're overcomplicating it. It's not a hard thing to understand. You seem to have trouble focusing, my dear boy. It's quite unfortunate. This is very sad. Everyone, feel free to go check out the YouTube as well. Go and subscribe. And feel free to subscribe to the TikTok as well. It helps go a long way. It helps keep the streams going. So just subscribe down here. Hey, what you got?
Hello? Can I go now?
Debate, sir.
All right, no problem. All right, so there's more than enough evidence that God exists. I'm going to give you a based on biblical facts. That's what I'm going to use. Biblical facts. Okay, my friend? And we're going to do this peacefully and with love. All right,
One second, my dear boy.
So,
1 second, my dear boy. Relax 1 second, my dear
no,
boy.
don't call me a boy. I'm not a boy.
Show me the evidence and the facts that prove.
That's what we're going to do. That's what I said, but you stopped me. Just let me go ahead.
Show me.
In the Red Sea that the Bible talks about over 6,000 years ago, the Red Sea still exists. Am I wrong? All right. 1, 2, watch this. When you go to the Red Sea today, when the Red Sea parted and the Israelites left, do you know that at the bottom of the Red Sea, there are evidence of the chariots? You can turn your face how you want. You ask for evidence I'm giving you. Damn it.
So that's not evidence. You're just wrong. 1 second, my dear boy. Relax. Why are you getting so emotional? Relax. Calm down, my dear boy. You seem a bit confused. Let me help you.
There is evidence on the sea bank where the.
All right. There's no evidence of that. I'm sorry, but there is no evidence. Can you provide a source? Can you show me an article that proves what you're saying? There is no evidence of what you're saying. So I'll unmute you. Provide evidence, please. Don't turn on your camera. I didn't mean to invite you to that. I just wanted you to start speaking again. I don't need a long, verbose explanation. Just provide the evidence, please. Hello? I don't think he has the IQ to turn on his microphone. No offense. I'm sorry, but it's quite unfortunate. You guys have zero evidence. This is quite frankly sad. This is genuinely sad. No evidence, no nothing. Hey, would you want to debate?
The veganism.
How old are you?
I'm 19, mate.
Nah, you're not. Go watch Barney. Zero evidence, no nothing. This is quite frankly sad. This is embarrassing. Hey, would you want to debate?
Do you know Kira?
Oh, hell no. Anyways. Yo. Oh, shit. Yeah, I didn't even mean to invite you. My fault. Anyways, who else do I add in? Oh, hell no. It's coming alive. The fear is creeping in. All right. Yo.
Hello.
Hey, what you want to do? How old are you?
I'm 19.
I don't know. Some of you guys sound young. I don't want to risk it. I don't really know if you are. I'm gonna have to stop asking for IDs now. He's scared of Dr. I'm not scared of anyone. You guys just have no evidence. I'm scared of the fact that you provide no evidence. Hey, would you wanna? I'm obviously 18 plus. I mean, you're not. You're not.
Oh, yeah. All right, listen. We could debate the God is imaginary thing, right?
Yep.
So, because I don't follow a specific faith, but I believe there's something outside of my understanding. And, so with that being said, let me ask you this. Do you believe energy can be created or destroyed? Can or can't be?
No, it's only transferred.
Okay, right. So with that knowledge, right, energy can't be created or destroyed. So either the universe that we live in was already here, or some type of energy was here before that and created this what we call universe off of its essence. Because if you break down,
One
hold on,
second.
no, listen.
One
If you
second,
break,
my dear boy. Relax. You just said energy can't be created nor destroyed. So how can something create it? Surely it must have always been here then, correct?
Exactly. That's the whole point of God. God has always been here. He's always been here. No one created God. That's the
Sir, are
whole
you saying
same.
that I'm
That's the
God?
whole same concept.
I'm talking about the matter of the universe.
Exactly. So the Big Bang didn't just come out of nothing. You can't get something out of nothing. So either this whole universe was already
The
here.
Big Bang doesn't describe the universe being made. It's just a
No.
process.
But what I'm saying is, okay, it's a process. But if you look back into your telescopes, go back to the sources with the James Webb telescopes, you can see how far back they look. That's how they go back to see how far the beginning, quote unquote, of the universe is. That's how they know how old our universe is. They have theories. They have.
No, you're just wrong. I mean, I don't know what else to say. All right.
Bad time you got Dr. No Way.
1 second. Also, guys, feel free to subscribe. Helps go a long way. And check out the YouTube for all the other debates. All right. What do you want to discuss?
Well, we're not going to discuss the God thing because you can't prove God is imaginary, so we will avoid that one. You will have
I
no
have
hope
evidence as to why.
proving that.
But okay. Thank you for the
Yeah.
heart.
You can't prove something that's imaginary they don't know. Anyway, we know evolution is fact, but not all of evolution, so you can't do that either. So let's go vegan. Why should I go vegan?
Because you don't want to cause animals harm and suffering unnecessarily. You don't want to kill them, hurt them, and torture them.
So how can we do that? Shall we eat plants?
You eat plant-based foods such as pasta, beans, lentils,
Okay.
tofu, plant-based foods. Okay,
Right.
so no suffering, no animals being killed. Unlike
Really? Is that right?
as
I
in
think you're very ignorant boy. I think
less
you're a
animals in each
little
meal.
ignorant boy. You're a
One
little
second, my dear
ignorant
boy.
boy.
Relax 1 second, my dear
One
boy.
second, my little boy. You're
Okay.
ignorant.
As I was saying, it's not zero animals being made, but far less than if you were eating
So
meat.
you're wrong then. So admit that you
Sir,
just
that
said
was
a
a
wrong
mistake.
thing.
But anyways, do
Yeah.
you want to harm
Just
animals when
admit
you
you
don't
just
need to?
misspoke.
1 second.
Just
Do you want to
admit.
harm animals when you need to? Can you answer the question? Do you want to harm
Yes.
animals when you don't need to? Would you do it to a
Okay.
human?
So I can do it. I can do it
Would you do it to a
by
human being?
still eating meat. I can minimize the amount of animals
No.
being unalive by
Okay.
still.
You seem a little slow. I don't even know what else to tell you. Said someone else.
What's good?
Yo. Thank you for
What's
the
good?
gift.
What's good?
What do you
Yeah,
want to do?
man. Big up, big up. Yeah. I like the title, bro. You know, vegan is good. I've been a vegan for 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah, then I started eating meat again.
Big mistake. But okay. Hey, what do you want to debate?
Oh, here's like I don't want to have debate anything pretty much. Yeah, I just want to say thanks to you, and I know what you're doing here is like just education because you already know the answer. We all know the reality. We live in reality. This is the fact. Okay, if anybody won't come here and say, "Oh, God is real," and even if you stay here for 1,000,000 years, no one can prove God. And about the vegan, this is reality. I cannot have my kids and someone come and take my kid and eat them and say, "This is halal. This is what God told me to eat." This makes no sense.
Agreed, sir. Agreed. Trust me, I agree. You ducking me? I'm not ducking anyone. Because you just haven't proven me wrong at all. Alright. I might go soon. I don't know. I'm in live for like a solid hour, but I don't know. Nah. This dude's taking too long. All I'm asking for is evidence. That is all I'm asking for. Shouldn't be that hard to come up with. Hey, what do you want to debate?
Well, what's happening? It's just a vegan thing. Why would you want to go vegan? Like, I understand the whole
Cause
thing, but you're
I'm
saying,
suffering when you don't need to. That's why.
I know, but you're saying evolution is a fact. What makes evolution? Survival of the fittest. You can't
Yeah,
be eating
that we can
plant-based stuff.
observe it in nature. It's exactly how it works. We can observe it with bacteria. That's exactly how it works.
Yeah, like I believe in evolution. I'm not sure about God, but the vegan thing, like it's not going towards humans' health, eating plant-based products. It's
It is.
not.
You can be
No,
perfectly
not
healthy.
mainly.
1 second. You can be perfectly healthy on one. It contains all the necessary proteins, vitamins, everything plant-based foods without the death and torture and suffering of animals.
It's
So
different. It's not as black and white as that. It's not as black and white as like one
bad,
has.
black and
If
white.
you're comparing fiber,
Perfectly healthy.
then most of the plant-based products, like say tofu, for example, the fiber in that isn't the same to other things. And then you estrogen, and then there's other chemicals in it as well.
No, sir. 1 second, my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy. You're unfortunately wrong. It is perfectly healthy. That's the thing. It is. So you're just wrong on that. I don't know what else to say. You might just need to go and do your research, but I literally explained that it is. This dude's got a meat profile picture. Throw him a lifeline. Throw him a lifeline. He's befuddled.
Yo,
How old are you?
14.
Go watch Barney. Let's get some more people in here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
What do you want to? What do you want to debate?
Yeah, about all things actually. Being vegan, evolution, God is imaginary. Yeah. So you choose. Let's crack on.
Sir, I'm sure you disagree with one. Whatever you disagree with, we can debate.
Yeah. So I disagree with that evolution is a fact.
Okay, why
Has
don't you
been-
see evolution as a fact?
Because it's that's what we saw in schools. We have theories of evolution, but we have then chimpanzees that never changed, and other animals that never changed during
What do you
evolution.
mean
So they always
chimpanzees
stayed the
never
same.
change? Can you explain? What do you mean by animals that never change? What do you mean by
They
that?
have never have no evolution at all. There are been crashes, there have been ice age, there have been storms, there have been freezing of existence, and then recreation. Yes, but for the rest, hey, and God is imaginary. Another topic.
Well, hold
I
on,
would
hold
love
on,
to.
hold on. Before you move to God is magic, your evolution point, I don't understand what you're saying. You just mentioned the ice age and stuff.
Yeah, prove
You
me
didn't mention
chimpanzees
why.
have changed over the year, over since
Pardon?
their existence. Prove me chimpanzees. They've
What do you
changed.
mean prove you chimpanzees? Chimpanzees are our closest common ancestor.
Well,
We go
have they
back in
changed? Why
evolutionary.
have they not turned into human?
Humanity isn't the goal of evolution. Apes aren't trying to become more like us. We're not the goal. We just took a separate
But they need.
evolutionary path down.
It's been
They're
proven that they
equally
have
as
not
evolved. Everything
changed.
alive. One second. Everything alive today is equally as evolved. They just took a separate evolutionary path. They're not less evolved than us, and we're not the goal of chimpanzees. They don't need to change. They don't have the evolutionary pressure to become more like us, so they won't. That's the whole point. That doesn't disprove evolution.
Right. They've tried to prove evolution by using the pig, and they use the tooth.
What do you mean by that?
Well, they've been making us believe in schools that that those human apes or the cavemen that they've turned into human beings.
So I don't know what you're talking about. Do you want to move on to another topic? Because
Yes, fine. Let's go to God.
you
God is
might need to do
imaginary.
some research. You might need to go back to first grade biology, but that's just
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. Let's keep insulting each other. No, let's go to the God is imaginary.
Okay. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I believe.
What's your religion?
Islam.
Okay. Where's your evidence that Allah exists?
Well, just to start with, everything around you is created by human beings, right? Your glasses, your clothes,
Not
the chair
everything
that you
around
sit
me,
on.
but in terms of physical items, yes, they're created by
Yes,
humans.
physical items, right? You yourself are the most complex machine. Why do you have an expiry date, and what's your purpose in life then in that limited time that you have
First of
as
all, I
a
don't know.
so
There
complex
may not be
machine?
an objective purpose. We can maybe make our purpose. Second of all, okay, human beings are complex or they have complex brains that we can still understand with science and how they work with neurons. But I don't understand what your point is. How this proves God? Can you?
My point is that if you believe there is something doesn't exist, then you're telling your brain to block that thing off. So use it or lose it. I believe
What are
strongly.
you talking about? I say no
Well,
existence. There's no
if you
evidence.
listen and absorb what I'm saying and try to think about what I'm trying to
That's
explain
exactly
here.
what I'm doing, and you're not making sense. So could you make
No,
sense so I
you're
can?
trying to jump too quick on attacks and countering. Don't counter too quick, but just absorb what I'm saying. Now, let me talk like I'm talking to a child with examples, right? If I don't believe that there is bread in the bakery around the corner on a Sunday, I will not do the effort to go and check whether they're open or not, whether there is bread or not. So I will have on a Sunday no bread
My
at
dear
all.
boy.
So
One second, my dear boy. No,
you're
relax. One second, my
setting
dear
a
boy.
belief system in
Let
your
me
head
refute
already.
what you're saying. One second. Let me refute what you're saying. First of all, what you're asking me, you're basically being like, "Trust me, bro. God exists." You can't just say.
No,
You
I'm not
can't.
saying that. I'm not trying to convince you here.
No, but you
Totally not.
can't. No, but you can't just say God exists. But yeah, you just have to believe He exists and He'll believe. Duh. If I believe, then I'll believe. But you have to provide evidence for me to believe. If you have no evidence, then why would I believe it? That's the whole point I'm making.
Okay. Can something perfect exist, come out of chaos?
What do you mean something perfect? What perfect thing? What we don't even have a
Move
definition.
move the earth just a little inch aside, and you will get totally an environmental catastrophe.
Okay,
Right?
and that's happened before. We've had. Do you know how many extinction events we've happened? What's your
Yes.
point?
What happened?
It's definitely not perfect.
No. What? Tell me what happened.
Pardon?
You tell me it happened in the past before. Tell me what happened.
You don't think we've had extinction events?
Yes.
Okay, so what's your
We did.
point? The Earth
We
moves
did.
aside and we all die, and
You see, this guy is quite funny. I'm telling you, move it an inch. So something perfect can it come out of chaos? Because you say we are just evolution. We
What's
just
the
came out
perfect thing?
without
What's the
any,
perfect thing?
without any purpose, and we just make
One
our own
second, my dear
purpose,
boy.
and
One
that's it.
second, my
And
dear
we
boy.
have an expiry
Relax
date
one
because
second.
we have expiry date.
Sir, let me
So
let me
the
speak.
structure of the sun, the moon, the stars,
Sir,
and
you just let
and
me
the sun being in that position.
Okay, you're just speaking, but you're not letting me speak. So I'll help you out. First of all, we don't even have an objective definition of what a perfect thing is. What do you mean by perfect? What does perfect mean? What's an example of a perfect thing? You know, what do you mean by perfect? We don't even have a definition of that. So I don't know what you mean in that sense. So, anyways, I'm gonna move on and add someone else. We're perfect. We're definitely not perfect. We get cancer. We have a blind spot. We get diseases. We're definitely not perfect. Hey, would you go?
Hello.
What do you want to debate?
I would like to debate God.
Okay. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do believe in God.
What's your religion?
Christianity.
Where's your evidence that God exists?
Well, I believe that it's highly likely that God exists.
Okay, where's the evidence that makes it highly likely that you believe?
Have you heard about the fine-tuning argument?
The fine tuning, what, that everything is fine tuned for life? I mean, that's
Yeah.
quite frankly not true. We've had so many extinction events. I don't think the Earth is very hospitable to life.
No, I'm talking about more like the physical constants. Do you know what that is?
What, that the physical constants of gravity, if they were one different, the whole universe would
Yeah,
collapse?
exactly.
You're making
Yeah.
in that sense, and if they were different, we wouldn't be here questioning it. So what if they were? So what if they were different? What's your point?
Well, how do you think that they came to be?
Pardon?
How do you think they came to be? The
I don't
physical
know.
constants that
I
are
don't
perfect.
know. And I'm not claiming to know, but you're claiming that.
Doesn't that show that some creature have to set those?
1 second, let me explain. You're presupposing that just because we don't know doesn't mean something had to. We can't just simply say, I'm not sure, I don't know. We don't need to jump to a conclusion that a supernatural entity had to do it just because we don't.
Well, who set those
Pardon?
constants? Well, who set those constants?
Why does someone had to have set them? I don't know how they came to be. Do you have evidence that someone had to set those constants? We don't know that. You're just presupposing
Well,
that.
if there's one in a million that we will exist,
Pardon?
and it becomes that, yeah, it's so unlikely that
So
we
1
should
second, for
exist
all we
because of the
know,
physical constants.
1 second, relax 1 second, my dear boy. For all we know, that was the only possible thing because we are here now. So this had to happen. We only have one sample size. We don't know what could have happened out of how many possibilities. We have no clue. There's just too much we are not sure of. So to claim a God, then you're going to need to provide evidence that what you're saying is the correct one. The Christian God is.
Well, I'm saying it's mostly likely to be a God.
How do you
It's
know?
like,
Why would that be the case?
well, if you go in the forest and like find a mobile lying on the, how are you gonna say like, yeah, no, it maybe was it by chance?
Sir, we observe mobile phones being made. We can observe the process of how mobile phones are made. We can see it and observe it with our own eyes. We don't observe
And that's
universes being
yeah,
made. We don't observe.
and that's what
One
I'm
second,
saying.
let
We
me
can
finish.
observe the
My dear
universe
boy,
and
let me
see.
finish. Relax 1 second. We don't observe universes being made by gods, so we can't really claim that.
No, but we can conclude if we see a phone lying on the table, we can conclude, yeah, someone have created that phone. As the same thing, we can say, yeah, okay, we can look at this universe and say, yeah, someone must have created it. Because if it was just a microbit different, we wouldn't exist. Do you get me?
Oh, even if we didn't exist, so what? Why do we need to exist? Why do you assume that it has to be the case that we should exist? That seems a
No,
bit.
I'm not saying that we should exist. I'm just saying we exist because of a small fraction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not proving anything again. All right, I'm adding one more person, and then I'm gonna go. Who's gonna be the last person? Is that in this person? One more debate, and then I'm out. Hey, what do you want to debate?
It's God and veganism together.
Okay, we'll
Is
start
the
with God.
question.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
What religion?
Christianity.
Where's your evidence that God exists?
The resurrection.
Okay, do you have evidence that resurrection is true?
Eyewitness accounts from the time.
Pardon?
I witnessed accounts of the time.
They weren't schizophrenic and they were telling the truth. How do you know that? Do you have evidence that they
Do,
weren't lying?
do you suspect that over 340 people all living in the same town all have one disease?
Sir, are you saying they all saw Jesus rise from the dead? At the same time? Didn't he do it in the tomb?
All of these
I don't
people
think there were
saw
any
him
witnesses
dead,
at the
and
tomb.
then on 3 days later, and
biblically
40
incorrect.
days after the resurrection, they saw him and they knew that he was dead, and then they saw him in the flesh right there. And to say that, well, you have to throw it out because the Bible's a story and it's not inaccurate, to throw it out would say, oh yes, Christ never rose from the dead, and there's no evidence of him
that.
ever rising
Just
from
'cause
the
they
dead.
claim it
If you
doesn't mean
throw
it's
out
true.
all the evidence that
Sir,
he rose
people
from the
claim the
dead,
earth is flat. Do you know how many flat earthers there are? Thousands. Just because many people claim a thing doesn't make it true. So what's the undeniable proof that proves existed and they weren't lying? And that's
the
actual evidence.
difference between flat earthers is that they have a distrust in an institution, and so it is a reaction to that.
Don't believe the earth is round. That's not about distrusting the institution. They just
They distrust NASA's pictures. They distrust pictures that
and you
have been
distrust
shown to
science,
us in
sir,
evidence.
because scientifically you need to provide evidence that he rose from the dead. That's the whole point. Do you have any evidence of that? Or are you just making claims from the Bible that don't have any evidence behind them?
It's pretty clear. We have fragments of the cross which say they are carbon dated at around the
Even if
correct
he
time.
died on
There's
the
the
cross, sure. Even if
there's
he
certain
died on the
parts.
cross, fine. But that doesn't prove he rose from the dead, which is a supernatural claim that we have no evidence for.
How can you not say this, right? And why would you throw out the Bible as a case? Because it seems less biased to throw out the Bible, because in that way I say I take the atheist claim and I take the biblical claim. But you throw out Bible before even taking a good look at it.
I've
right?
read the Bible. Trust me, I used to be a Christian. I've read it, and that's not evidence behind it. They're just making a bunch of claims. Even within the resurrection account, there's still contradictions. Some claim, I think one claims that the woman didn't see Jesus, and they went to the disciples like, "Where is Jesus?" And then other claims they did see Jesus. So even within the books, it's contradictory. So, regardless, even if they,
I don't
even if
know
it
like
was,
where you heard this from, or if you just like actually what denomination were, if I may ask.
One second. I don't know. It's Christianity is a few denominations, probably one's based on the Bible, which is all of them. But even if they were together, that still doesn't prove it. So that's the point. We can move on to veganism if you have no evidence.
I presented my evidence. You don't
That's
believe
not
it,
evidence.
okay?
You're
But I'll
making
move from
claims.
this, right?
Actual evidence we can test. That's a claim. That doesn't mean it's true. We don't know for a fact they were telling the truth.
Well, okay, what sort of evidence would you need? Because you can't.
Tangible, testable evidence that we know the deity you're claiming exists.
According to this, you could say that every historical text is disputable, like the victories that Hannibal Barca had in Rome, or anything before.
Yeah, but they're not claiming that someone
photographs or
rose from the
video.
dead. The main claim that makes yours supernatural is that someone rose from the dead, which is not something scientifically possible. So if you're making a claim like that, then you need to
Yes,
provide
it's not
evidence for it.
scientifically possible. That's why it's pretty amazing when it happened. Like
We
that's
don't
the
know what happened
disconnect.
though. That's the whole point. Do you know what happened for sure? Did you see it happen yourself?
Of course, I didn't see it for myself. I'm not 2,000
Okay,
years
it's
old.
basically just hearsay. So unless you have
Yeah,
evidence,
but that's essentially all of history before the invention of camera or video. Is we
okay,
trust what we have been preserved.
okay, but you don't know it's true for 100%. There's no evidence to prove it 100%. So why would you believe it if there's evidence to prove it?
Well, because ultimately, right, you trust. It's in a way, it's like you trust what you have been told in that sense. But I trust it because I believe that if you have 2,000 years of people, right, and they hold this text for a reason, right, and there's this weird theory because I've been studying theology for a long time, is that Christianity came in like medieval age or before. But if we have Christian countries like Armenia, it's been Christian since the year 40 AD, right? Which, according to canonical scripture, 7 years after the resurrection.
Okay, well, sure. Just because something was held throughout time, that doesn't mean it's true. Just because there's other religions that have their scriptures and religious books that have been held and preserved throughout time, that doesn't mean the claims that are made in those books are necessarily true. You'd probably need a higher burden of proof if you want everyone to believe it as a fact. That's what you need to provide as well. But yeah, that's essentially the point I'm making. But anyways, I gotta go. Appreciate everyone for joining. Feel free to go check out the YouTube for the rest of my debates. Also feel free to subscribe. Really helps go a long way. Really appreciate everyone coming out to watch.
Welcome, double tap, double tap, double tap, double tap, double tap.